welcome to another episode of Cranial Diarrhea coming to you from Studio 57. I am Tiff.
I'm Chester Cheatham.
Dangerously cheesy.
And
Oh,
you'll
it
find out
works.
why it does. That's what I'm saying. You'll find out why later in the
It
show.
works.
So tonight I'm excited because we have a really cool topic. We're Don't Go There Mountain.
Oh, that's
Don't go there mountain.
I don't know that I
Where's the
would give it that
mountain?
much
It
sass.
doesn't matter. Don't go there.
He said, "Don't go there."
Well, actually, the snap was because my finger was itching. I was trying to scratch it down. I was
Hmm.
just doing the Don't Go There Mountain. I like that. Don't go there mountain. What road do you live on? Don't go there mountain.
That's not a road.
What mountain do you live on? Don't go there.
what
Sir, I
what road
need.
do you live on?
Did you
Chicago, Illinois.
did you see somebody that lived there? Like, police officer pulls them over. Sir, where do you reside? Don't go there. Sir, you need to tell me where you reside. Don't go there. Sir, I'm going to ask you one more time. Where do you live? Don't go there. Click, click. Sir, step out of the car. Don't go there. Oh, your license says don't go there mountain. Ah, I see, said Popeye. Get it? Because he's on a boat.
Okay.
Why would I
So
do Curly's laugh for
I
Popeye?
don't know the source
How
of
did
the.
Popeye laugh?
I
Yeah, that's it. That was pretty good.
just dated myself.
Just don't go there.
Mm. Um, the source of the information that I have for you
Oh,
tonight
excuse me. Don't go there.
came from the BBC.
Do not go to the BBC.
Piss off.
Would you like a spot tea?
Can we not offend an entire country, please?
Why would I offend them? I was talking their language.
Talking their language.
Would you like some chips and fish and chips? Fish and chips, fish and you
You
want?
should be better at that because, like, your whole, like, all of your in laws are from there.
No, just one half. It's two different sides.
The majority of your in laws.
Oh,
You have a lot of in laws in England.
I wonder if people like from like Southern England talk like how can you do a
Like we
Southern
do.
accent with the English accent?
Mm-mm. Not even gonna try. That sounds way too complicated.
Would you like some fish and chips? Yow.
Maybe it's like it sounds more like the Australian.
Good day, mate. I don't know. That's kind of the same to me.
They are similar, I think.
Yeah, I know. And here's the thing. In all seriousness, when the folks relatives come over from England, I mean, I can understand what they're saying, but sometimes the context, because they use different contexts, words have different contextual meanings.
Mhm.
So sometimes I really don't understand what they're saying. So a lot of times I'm like,
Yeah, they have
yes,
like different words for
yeah, different
things
words
than
for
we
different
do.
things than we do. So, and that's, but I think that's like all over. Like if you go up
Well,
north,
yeah.
being from the south, duh. If you go up north, being from the south, and we say something, they're probably like, "What are they talking about?"
Um,
Which I had a drink.
you didn't want one. It's like down here, like a Coke is a Coke is a Coke, right? Like every soft
Right.
drink is a
You
Coke.
want a Coke? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What
Like
kind you got? Yeah. But up north, it's like,
pop.
yeah.
No, I'm pop.
Mhm. Or like up north, it's sweet
I would
tea.
get
Down here,
so
it's just tea.
I would get so
Because every
confused.
tea, there's no such thing as unsweet tea. Down.
I would get so confused if I was up north because they say, hey, pop. Yeah. No, I'm ordering a pop. No, you can't order that here. They don't serve pops in a restaurant. Could you see? Think waitress comes back and brings me to the table. I'm pop. I'm here.
Oh my god.
Can we send that back to the to the guy back, please?
That whole tangent was just way, way
Do you
cheesy.
ever notice all of our shows start with some kind of stupid tangent?
Yeah, usually from you.
Yeah, probably that's pretty much.
Mhm. Ooh.
See, I fulfilled my role on
Sorry,
the
like
show.
we're in crisis mode at down the road at my house because there's no internet, and in this day and age, it's that's not good. So, oh, okay, we're checking email on the show.
Well,
Super
you were telling about a
professional.
crisis mode, so I just thought, well, I'll check this real quick because I
Okay,
already have
next time you start talking and I feel like it's going to be a minute, I'm just going to pull up my phone and check my email.
Okay, well, go ahead and check it now. It's going to be a
You got
minute.
something to talk about?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
We have a new segment on the show where I send it over to daughter as part of a newscast.
We're not doing
So,
that.
we're not doing that this
We're
time?
not doing that.
I thought you were checking your email. Let me do this.
On Facebook.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's on Facebook. That's a lot more important than this. Not. So anyway, I like to throw things over, but daughter's done a lot of research here. Let me help out a little bit. Let's see here. I'm going to talk just a little bit about Don't Go There Mountain off my research I've done here. One of us has to prepare for the show.
I worked really hard. Uh-oh. House looked good.
I'm going to read this
Oh, I was reading that text out loud.
as Hulk. What was it? Oh, you read a text out loud? I didn't hear what you said. All right, brother. I'm going to do this in Hulk Hogan voice. What do you think? Are you ready for me to present my research?
Hang on. I'm so sorry.
And she was getting on the meeting. She's been on there longer. Look, I even put my glasses on for this. That's how good of research I did. She's still typing. And I'm still filling time, folks. How was your day, folks? My day was good. I actually mowed the yard today. So, anyway, now to my research.
Like family drama every time I turn
All
around.
right, brother.
I want to do it.
In the dead of winter, brother. A group of students, brother. They
Dad,
set
this
out.
part is serious.
My Hulk Hogan voice was serious. Take my glasses off.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Breaking news. The Bear Lake Monster brother. Okay, here we go. Actually, I didn't do the research, Tiffany did, so I'll turn it over to daughter right now because I'm fixing to cough anyway. Okay. Are you done?
All right. Yes. I'm not. What? Am I
Who?
done?
Well, I coughed so you could read your story. And, are you done? No. Rocket Man.
In the dead of. I'm going to go into storytelling mode.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest. Our storyteller barely reads. Barely.
You're so stupid. Thanks, Big Head McGee.
You're welcome. And that's what she said. We're so stupid when we do this stuff. Okay, Barry, it's all
I gotta remember to speak up. Okay. In the dead of winter, a group of students set out on a
sound
trip.
like one of those. You sound like one of those where you listen to the audio.
An audiobook?
Yeah, and like you have it like, and you have your GPS on. In the dead of the winter. Turn right, dumbass.
A group of students set out on a trek into the Ural Mountains. Their frozen bodies.
Time out. How are they trekking if they're frozen and if their bodies are frozen?
You didn't let me finish the sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry. You cracked up, so I thought there was a mistake there. So this is the serious part. I'm sorry. I'm not going to joke about this.
Their frozen bodies with inexplicable injuries were discovered in locations that compounded the puzzle of how they died.
That's really kind of gruesome.
Yeah.
So what is an inexplicable injury? Does it say like any?
Yes.
We shall.
Mount Orterton. The name is said to mean "don't go there" in the language of the indigenous reindeer herders who inhabited the region for hundreds of years.
Time out. This is about Santa and his elves.
So it's actually a tribe. I think it's called the Mansi or Mansai.
Yeah, you're making that up. This is
no,
Santa and his
no,
elves.
I swear, but they're reindeer herders.
Yeah, this is Santa and his elves protecting the identity of the North Pole. Is this thing located in
herd reindeer?
Yeah, it's the elves. Okay. Let's go on with your story.
Okay. At the height of the Cold War, the group of 10 students, led by Igor Dyatlov, set out on a trip into the Ural Mountains, the range which divides Europe and Asia. All 10 skiers were experienced young sportsmen and women from the Ural Polytechnic Institute in Yekaterinburg, or Sverdlovsk, Sverdlovsk, as the city was called in Soviet times.
What was the city's name again?
Sverdlovsk.
Did you say that one more time? Let me adjust the volume. I'm sorry.
Sverdlovsk.
I don't think that quite come through. One more.
Fuck you. But only one of them came back.
Wait a minute. So 10 went in?
10. Yeah.
And only one came back.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Maybe this is a serial killer moment or something.
9 bodies were eventually found on a remote mountain with horrific, inexplicable injuries. Some were semi-clothed, 2 had missing eyes, and one's tongue was missing.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. The Dyatlov Pass mystery, as it's become known, has spawned countless conspiracy theories over the past 6 decades. However, in February of 2019, the Russian authorities made a surprise announcement that they were reopening the case in an attempt to get to the bottom of it once and for all.
So is there any...
I don't know. It didn't say anything about that.
There's got, I mean, I don't mean this the way it sounds, but there's got to be like someone that has some very huge problems or something, or some kind of animal.
I have several theories.
How would an animal...
I have several theories.
Okay, let's hear the theories.
Well, yeah, you got to let me get there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, the students' trip was supposed to take 3 weeks. Igor, who was leading the trip, had promised to send a message to the sports club in Sverdlovsk as soon as his group was safely back at their base around February 12th. By February 20th, their families, having heard nothing, became worried and raised the alarm. The university sent out a search party of student volunteers. Mikhail Sherevin was one of them. He was flown to the region with other volunteers, and they split into small groups, followed some ski tracks that led to the edge of the forest, climbing up the pass. He says that they had gone about 500 meters when on the left they saw the top of the tent. Part of the canvas was poking out, but the rest was covered in snow. An ice pick was found lying nearby, and he used it to help uncover the entrance.
To the tent?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you uncovered? Okay.
Yeah. Inside the tent, a blanket, some rucksacks, and a pile of boots were found, as well as a route map, official papers, money, and a flask of alcohol. He also found a plate full of food that was sliced up as if they were getting ready to have dinner, and didn't have to, like, they had to run out on it.
Oh, wow.
He says that he also noticed that the tent had been slashed open from the inside with what he could only assume to be a knife. Just outside the tent, he saw frozen footprints made by 8 or 9 people who were wearing socks, a single boot, or were barefoot. The tracks continued for 5 to 10 meters, and then they disappeared. Sherevin and the search group were dumbfounded. They were, they couldn't understand, like, what made the group leave, right? And what made them leave semi-clothed when it was literally like -4 at least.
Well, my question would be, how did the tracks just end? Because whatever was after them would leave a track. Aliens.
So there was one guy that survived.
Did he give them any insight?
No, because the reason he survived was because he was having issues with sciatic pain and left the trip early.
So he wasn't there.
He wasn't there. On February 27th, the rescue party's worst fears were confirmed when they found the first of the bodies. Sherevin says, "We approached a cedar tree, and when we were 20 meters away, we saw a brown spot."
There was probably a lot of brown spots around.
It was towards the right of the trunk. When we got closer,
That's usually where they are.
We saw 2 corpses lying there. The hands and feet were reddish brown. One of the bodies was Yura Dorshenko. Next to him was Yuri Krivonishenko. He had bitten off a piece of his own knuckle. Both men were stripped down to their underwear. Closer to the tree, the search party saw the remains of a campfire and thought it looked like someone had climbed the tree to break off the lower branches to use as kindling. Igor was found next. He was dressed but shoeless and lying face down in the snow, hugging a birch branch. Zenaida Kolmogorova lay nearby, and from the position of her body, it seemed as if she had been trying to get back uphill towards the tent. There was a long, bright red bruise on the right side of her torso that looked like it had been made by, like a baton-like weapon. Officially, it was stated that the skiers had died of hypothermia and frostbite, but some of the bodies had such serious injuries that had nothing to do with them being too cold. Rustam Slobodin was found on March 5th with a fractured skull. His body was better dressed than the others found so far. He had them Gucci pants on. I'm sorry. Inappropriate. Inappropriate. The remaining 4 bodies were found in a ravine in May, nearly 3 months later, once the snow had melted. Nikolai Thibault Brignoli had a fractured skull. Alexander Kolevatov had a wound behind his ear and an oddly twisted neck. Lyudmila Dubinina and Simeon Zolotaryov, I'm so sorry, suffered multiple broken ribs and had an open wound on the right side of his skull that was actually exposing the bone. Both had empty eye sockets, and Lyudmila's tongue was missing. Their families were literally told that they would never know the truth. Stop asking questions.
That almost sounds like some kind of cover-up.
Well, I have a theory. Well, I don't have a theory, but there's a theory. Because of the injuries, people refused to accept the official cause of death and immediately began to question what or who had done this. At the time, fingers were pointed at the Mansi, the aforementioned reindeer herders. Soviet investigators were convinced that these people had murdered the group, and many were arrested, and rumor has it they were tortured. Eventually, the Soviet authorities were unable to find any incriminating evidence and returned to the Mansi village to ask for help locating the last of the bodies. So they arrest these people, they torture them, supposedly. That's a rumor. And then they're like, oh, okay, we were wrong. And then they go back to the village and they're like, oh, hey, can you help us find the rest of these people? Suspicion still does linger about their possible involvement. Rumors have circulated that some of them were high on magic mushrooms used in rituals, and they went berserk when they found that the students had veered onto sacred Mansi land. However, because of the cruel time in history, because this was during the Cold War, it's believed that had any involvement been found, they would have been executed via firing squad without hesitation. So one of the Mansi elders claims to have seen something strange.
I've heard mushrooms can do that. That's why I don't have them on my pizza.
So there's an 80-year-old woman who says that
she's 80 now.
She's 80 now. Okay. One evening in February of 1959, which is when this when the students were, doing their thing. She was out collecting firewood and saw a bright burning object in the sky. The object was wider in the front and narrow in the back with a tail, and there were sparks flying off of it. She said that the village elders also witnessed it and warned that it was a bad omen.
Predator.
Clearly.
It's on don't go there. That's why it's don't go there. Mountain predators there.
So.
Oh, we figured it out.
Now we're going to get into some of the theories.
I just figured it out. We don't need theories. Predators there.
So
the only thing he's scared of is Alf.
One theory says that the students were victim of a military experiment and that they had died on the spot. Um, Later, the corpses were flown back to the mountain. So they were taken. They were a part of this experiment. They died there, and they're saying that the government
Stage the.
flew them back to the mountain and rearranged it to look like they had frozen to death.
Hmm.
So that's one theory. Forensic.
Before we go, I wonder, is there any kind of like base or anything in that area?
I don't know.
I would be interested to know that.
I don't know. It's very remote.
Wonder if it could be like the Russian Area
Your
51.
favorite person on the planet is messaging you.
It's like the Russian Area 51.
He's not acknowledging that. Forensic experts have said that students were subjected to something like an explosion wave. That's their theory. Some of their theory.
Like a blast radius or something?
Yeah. Autopsy reports state that some of the students' clothing had traces of radiation. Many believe that the military was using the area to test new weapons and there was a radiation leak. At the time of the students' deaths, many animals and birds were found dead, and local people were suddenly banned from using water from wells.
I was fixing to ask.
They had to bring water in from elsewhere. The reindeer herders were banned from the area, and hunting was not allowed for 4 years after the incident. But here's the thing. If it's a weapon, radiation, whatever, like, why are their eyes and tongue missing?
Well, here's what I'm wondering. I don't know. That's one thing. But I was wondering, like, could that cause the skull fractures and stuff? I guess the blast could. You think?
Get rid of their eyeballs?
No, I'm talking about like the skull crush and stuff.
Oh, yeah, the skull crushing
The
fine.
eyeballs I don't get. I wondered maybe if it was because if you go back to the experiment, maybe that was part of that. Is there anything in there about predator or aliens?
Hang on, let me get there.
Oh, okay.
Some believe that the violent injuries they suffered were caused by the Russian Yeti.
Bigfoot.
The evidence for this is one blurry photo.
I've got a Yeti. He makes good glasses.
Hang on. The evidence for this is one blurry photo taken by one of the students of what appears to be a supernaturally tall figure behind a tree. Oh, yeah, I have it.
I want to see this. You have it now?
I have it.
I want to see this. Will they be able to see it at home, or is this just?
I'm gonna put it up
okay.
when I edit.
So I want to see this tall figure.
Bear with me. For some reason, there we go. It is, I think, this one. No, sorry, it's not that one. It's this one.
It's like a guy. He's just like, hey, what y'all doing?
I did say it's blurry.
Yeah, that's just a guy. That's like Billy's in the background. Hey, what y'all doing over
there? Okay. In all, around 75 different theories have been put forward, including alien abduction. Current investigators are sticking to the extreme weather theory.
But they are investigating.
They are. In a recent interview, a forensic pathologist said that one of the students was tied to a tree and tortured before his death.
Yeah. Okay, so that kind of leads me. Is it what in the world was that? Is it a government thing?
It might be.
Huh. We neither one remember where we were. We just paused for a second. I was hoping you would remember. I was like,
yeah. We were just talking about the forensic pathologist that said one of the students was
tied up.
Yep.
So that more lends back. While we took a pause, I was looking at cost of riding lawnmowers. Those things are kind of expensive. I was thinking maybe like $1,000 for one. I wouldn't mind, but I'm looking at some here that are.
All right. Well, you make the big bucks.
No, that's you. You're confused again. So anyway.
Okay. Wait. Funny. Side note. So we were complaining, about taxes. Anyway.
I know I had to pay in this year.
I said, because obviously he's got all these degrees and stuff. So I'm like, you probably make a lot more. And he told me what he made, and I swear to God, I heard 800,000. And I said,
Well,
holy
that's a
shit.
little low.
I said, that's like 8 times what I made.
Look, you know what this is? That was the moon landing. That's how they recreated it, except they used a
Anyway,
string instead of a hand.
recent articles have come out suggesting an avalanche caused the flight and subsequent deaths. So they're saying that an avalanche caused that.
Okay, I could see an avalanche. Avalanche. An
Avalanche!
An avalanche in that. An avalanche in an avalanche. It's called an avalanche.
He's taking the camera.
Oh, sorry. I can see an avalanche causing like the brain damage and stuff. I'm gonna keep saying ambulance.
But again, okay, so
But-
here's there are a couple of things here that bother me.
One, how does an ambulance tie somebody to a tree?
I don't know, but there are a couple of other things here that bother me. Okay.
What is that? What was that? Was
It-
like
It's your granddaughter playing the clock from
okay.
Stranger Things.
I thought the Undertaker was coming in.
So number one, they
Like me.
say the tent was completely bare. Like, they could only see the top of the tent. They had to dig to get to the entrance of the tent, right?
Right. So when the tent
How
was
did you
demolished in
see?
an
Hang
ambulance?
on. How did you see the tracks that they made?
See, that's another thing. I wonder. Because if it had snowed that much, unless the ambulance just came down over the tent, but then the tent would be crushed.
And then the other, they found the bodies, right?
I know who it is. It's the snow monster from Bugs Bunny. I love it and I get it, golly goose.
I just keep. You said snow monster, and I immediately went to snow miser.
I'm Mr. Snow Miser.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow.
I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I don't know the rest of the song though.
Anyway, we had to pause. Like, there was a whole thing with the Wi-Fi at my house, and it was just user error. And then we had some text messages to answer, and then
I was looking at riding lawnmowers.
I saw you, and then we needed to look at riding lawnmowers. Yeah.
I was just waiting for you to wait to finish to wait to finish to wait to wait to finish.
And then I got into a heated argument with my husband about getting gas because I don't want to stop and get gas right now. I live 5 minutes away. There's no point in filling up a gas tank.
You
It's dark and cold and rainy, and I'm not armed, so
don't go anywhere during the week. Why do you even need gas?
I have to go into the office not this coming up week, but next week.
Okay, but can't you fill up between now and then?
Yeah, that was my point.
When it's not dark, cold, or rainy.
And then after that, we're gonna have to fill up again anyway because we're gonna go to Florida.
Now, are you actually driving your car this time? Now, usually y'all are fancy people and usually rent a vehicle.
No, so we rent a vehicle for vacation because we take a lot more stuff with us. Like stuff that we have to take to go to the beach and all that stuff.
Fancy people things.
When we go to our beach house,
Rich people problems.
our vacation home
Yeah. Yeah.
that we rent from the VRBO.
You go, like, there's levels. There's like Dollar General.
Like, you act like you don't go to Florida.
There's like levels of people. Okay, there's like Dollar Tree shoppers, Dollar General, Walmart, Target, and then you have the people like this, Macy's.
I don't know what you're like. I shop online.
Don't you worry about what I order from Uber.
I shop online.
Rich person problem.
Like, literally, the last thing I bought
We're too rich to go to the
was
store.
American Eagle jeans.
Oh, we're too rich to go to the store and buy the Walmart.
Obviously, from
brand
American
jeans.
Eagle.
Yeah, because we don't wear Walmart jeans. We're too rich. For
I
that.
like the American Eagle jeans.
Well, of course we do. The price tags are $90 jeans versus the Walmart jeans.
They're not 90. They're like I think I got mine on sale for like 30, and then Angela's were like 60
So that's 90. 30 and 60.
for 2 pairs.
I can get 17 pair from Walmart for less than $90.
It's all about quality.
Rich people problems.
It's more expensive to buy a cheap pair of jeans and have to rebuy the same.
Is it really?
Buy jeans because they keep wearing out.
Is it really because as you grow and you get older, you gain weight, so you're not going to wear them that long anyway?
No, but that's why I like the American Eagle, because they stretch with you. There's some like give there. They're like, okay, Go ahead and eat that cupcake. We got you, girl. You know,
You can afford cupcakes. Rich people problem.
I haven't had a cupcake. I'm gonna have one when
How
I go
have you
down to
been doing
Florida.
on your cook diet?
Um,
Because you haven't been sending me a lot of pictures. So
well, last night,
I mean, she did beg me like last week when she said she was going to say,
I had a
"Can
complete
can I finish
mental,
this sweet tea?"
I had a complete mental breakdown,
I
on
think
Thursday
I
where
think
I was
this is
like, here's the thing, okay, I told my husband that I hate the person I'm becoming, right? Because, like, I look in the mirror and I'm like, there's this fat old hag. It like I listen, all the gray hair that's popping into my head, like I am turning into the evil queen that gives poison apples to princesses. Like just one bite and all your
look,
dreams will come true. You know, like
look.
like
Wait a minute. Let me just show you what's happening. Okay. Before, after, before,
but
after.
you're significantly older than me. Not significantly. You're what, like
Well, I would hope so since I'm your dad.
you're like 17 years older than me? 18.
Yes. 18.
18 years older than me.
I would hope so since I'm your dad. I kind of like this. This kind of my hair wasn't quite this long. It was more down in the back, more of a mullet style. But I could totally rock this. I think I should wear this for every show. Call myself Molly Mophead. Motley Mophead. That's it. That's my new show name, Motley Mophead.
How about Danny Douche Canoe? Just spit all over.
Could you say that without slobbering?
I thought it was so funny. Oh, Danny Douche Canoe, ladies and gentlemen.
Rocket. Don't be jealous, Harry
How
Knuckles.
about
Harriet Knuckles.
Bobby the Beefcake Douche?
Coming to you live from Studio 57 with my sidekick, Warped Toe. Hi, Warped Toe.
I thought it was Skittles.
You worked Skittles last week.
Oh! Look what I got.
What'd you get? Oh, you got your. Oh, my lord. She got her medical alert bracelet.
It's an ID bracelet, not an alert bracelet. Help me, I can't get up. It's not that kind of bracelet. Yeah, it looks really nice with when it's paired with my diabetic socks. So I'm real happy about that. We're living a great life over here, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my co-partner.
I'm living the high life over here.
The new AARP representative.
My friend was like, "You are the diabetes poster child." And I sent her a video and I was like, "My name is Tiffany and I have type 2 adult onset diabetes."
I think Jardians. Isn't that the one?
Metformin.
Boom, 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 boom. Sprinkles.
Woo!
All right, so as she drinks her sweet peach tea that I said she was not allowed to
You didn't stop me.
have.
Anyway, I had this complete mental breakdown. I think it was actually Thursday, where I was like, I just hate who I am. I hate who I've become, and I just cannot control myself. I can't. I have zero self control. Zero.
You know, they make adult diapers for that.
I'm like, I get
That's it.
hungry, and then I'm like, I want.
Ladies and gentlemen, my new co-host, Leaky Bladder. Take it away, Leaky.
I want chicken nuggets and I want hamburgers and I want, like I mean, yesterday I did okay. Like I did eat some chicken nuggets.
Look, sometimes in life you just have to say no.
And then for dinner I did do a salad, but it had croutons in it and I ate the shit out of those croutons.
See, that's not good.
And then today I had a wrap, a club wrap, and it did have honey mustard on it.
But see, here's part of the problem. You
And
told
then
me
I
to
ate
be.
some potato salad.
You told me
And
to
then
be
I had a
one.
brownie. And then Angela gave me some of her brownie.
So when I ask if you're on your diet, you say yes. Ladies and gentlemen, meet my new co-host, Lars Pants on Fire.
I never said yes.
Here's the thing, though. You told me to hold you accountable and be mean, Dad, right?
Yeah,
So
but
I
like
start.
when I
No,
stop
wait a minute.
sending
Let me finish.
pictures, like it's radio silent. Like you
Let me
don't. It's
finish.
radio silence.
Because I don't really eat breakfast or lunch that much, so I don't think about it. But here's the thing. I start being mean, Dad, and then I get, but Dad, but Daddy. I'm like, okay, you're
I didn't
good.
do that. Not that
Ladies and
week.
gentlemen, my co-host Lightning gonna strike her butt.
I didn't. Not that week. Like when I sent you that picture of the Fiber One bar,
Yes.
and you were like, "You can't have that," and I was like, "Oh." Like I didn't even think about that because I eat them because I for the fiber. Like I didn't even think about it, and I said, okay, I'll make a note of that.
Here's the thing. You really have to find what works for you. This works for me. I'm down like 55 pounds. It
Well,
works
here's
for
the
me.
problem. Nothing works for me because I just want to shove food in my mouth.
That doesn't work.
Obviously.
I had to fix my hair. It was in my
Mm. Anyway, this has been fun.
I think this is going to put a wrap to this one. We go through our topic, but then I think the conversation's more interesting. My daughter like, I didn't cheat much. I just had like a piece of cake,
You see
candy
that?
bar,
Look at the
17.
gray. See what I mean? Can you picture me with a poison apple? Just one bite and all your dreams will come
You do kind of have
true.
some.
Yeah.
I never really. I guess I haven't really noticed that. You
Yeah,
usually
look
color your
here.
hair though. You know they make hair color for that.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to let it go.
Welcome to my world.
I have more gray hair than my mom does.
Yeah, your mom doesn't. She doesn't have much gray hair. I just don't have any
My
hair.
mom doesn't color her. I don't think she's ever colored her hair. I think the most she's ever done to her hair is a perm.
I will say this: I colored my hair once,
You ever
which
permed your hair?
no.
No, you
I,
haven't. Your
no.
hair was curly though, right?
Yes, mine was
Yeah.
naturally
That's why
curly.
mine's like doesn't know what the fuck it wants to do.
Yeah, mine was naturally curly. I did
That
have my hair colored once, and it was like,
what'd you do?
let you talk on the air. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it for another show. Until next time, do something.
Stay fresh, cheese bags. Liar McLiar pants out.